In an amateur hour, last minute decision that I should make some content and stick it online, I have these burger buns, brioche burger buns, but I didn't buy any burgers from the supermarket, and whilst I was thinking about recipes for burgers, I remembered I took a screenshot in my phone of a recipe for Burns Road famous kebab that was posted by Bushrography, and one of the Pakistani food bloggers that I follow, and you should check her out too. And basically Burns Road, I was there in Pakistan, and there is the famous Burns Road kebab, and I'm going to try and make it using this recipe, and let's see how it goes. So first thing, I need to heat up this to prepare the spices. And this recipe is for 1 kilo, and I'll put this recipe somewhere so you can see it. However, I'm not making 1 kilo because that's far too much for the two of us to eat. And that means on the fly, while I'm making this, I need to try and adjust all the recipe, and who knows how it's going to turn out. So the first thing in the direction is, if I can read this on the small printout that I made, in a pan, put all dry ingredients and roast dry masala till you get smell of besan, ubs, masala, and it slightly changes colour. So, since it mentioned it, besan is a type of flour made from chickpeas. So, chickpea flour, and given this recipe, which needs 3 tablespoons, I'm going to need less than that, just under 1 tablespoon. Tablespoon. Bit less. It's almost like some proper Pakistani cooking when you cook like that. A little bit less, a little bit more. Who knows? There's no fixed recipe on anything. So all the other dry masalas. So we have meat tenderizer, which I don't have. And I remember Shah Masala make a meat tenderizer, and on the packet it said not for export outside of Pakistan. So I'm imagining it's probably, you're not allowed to use it in Europe. We need red chili powder, 2 tablespoons, so half a tablespoon. Not with the tablespoon because that's too big. That's half a teaspoon. God, it's going to be hard to guess these right. 1 teaspoon. I need... Hang on a minute. Have I calculated this wrong? 1 teaspoon. Who knows what's going to happen here. 1 teaspoon. So I need half a teaspoon. So half a teaspoon is going to be 3. Half a tablespoon is 3 half a teaspoons, I think. Good luck, Darian, good luck. 1 teaspoon of turmeric, so that's going to be 1/4 of a teaspoon. 1/4 teaspoon. 1 tablespoon coriander powder, so that'd be 1/4, which is less than 1 teaspoon coriander powder. Bit less than 1 teaspoon. Ground pepper. Doesn't look like enough. So. Magic and ground black pepper, garam masala. Again, that needs, it's going to be just less than a teaspoon. Salt to taste, I love that, because I'm not going to taste raw meat, so I'm going to guess that a bit less than half a teaspoon. there we go. Time to mix that a little. Hopefully this pan has warmed up a bit. Well, I need to say something, otherwise nobody wants to watch masala heating up. I guess I could move the camera. Look, this is the masala heating up in the pan. It's starting to go brown, and it's, I guess, at the point it needs to be. So that's going in then into the mince, and away we go. I always find it interesting that when you mix in masalas to make kebab, it always feels like there's so much masala going in there. There's a lot of powder, but always kind of turns out all right in the end. So I guess you need a lot of flavouring and masala in there to get a nice end result, a nice taste at the end. Right. So now that's basically mixed. I will leave that aside.
Did you cut your finger again?
No, could have done. I wasn't full of knife skills. Right, so with that diced up, it tells me to add it in some oil and get it golden, or until it gets golden. Right, so that will need some oil. Get some more. So in goes the onion. Should have said that before I put it in. It would have looked better on the video. But I'm going to fry that then for around probably about 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how long it takes. I'm going to get that nice and golden brown as per the recipe. Right, so the onions are basically brown now. I will quickly show you this here. And so in it, let me line this up. As I mentioned, doing this slightly amateur hour, so now I've read the recipe fully while the onions were cooking. It's not actually a recipe for kebabs, it's more a recipe for keema. And that obviously doesn't really go well in a bun, just to have some mince in there. So I'm going to completely freestyle now the last part and use that Burns Road masala flavouring in the mince, as you've seen. I'll add these browned onions into that mixture as well before I fry it, and we'll go with that. See how it turns out. Obviously, not as the recipe anticipated, not as I anticipated. Who knows? It's now a completely mystery. It's a complete mystery as to what I'm making and how it's going to be. Okay, I'm going to put those into here So having now chopped up some tomato and lettuce, I thought as a small twist, I was going to take some pickled onions. They're quite small pickled onions, but I don't know. I'm thinking a little bit of zing in the top of this strange kebab burger will be a nice little twist at the top. And another one for each burger. A little bit of onion. Who knows what will happen. Glad I didn't do this on Instagram Live, because I would have looked even more stupid as the recipe fell apart before my eyes. So they can go there. I will now place in my crispy onions until they've cooled down a bit. Yeah, so essentially we have the elements of Burns Road kebab mix, although to me it's some Burns Road keema mix, and along with that I am adding the fried in caramelised onions into the patties here, and we'll turn these into two delicious patties. I hope. 50. So given that was about ½ a pound of mince, we've got 2 quarter-pounder burgers. But I feel like I should have put some egg in here or something to bind it. We'll see. It's all an experiment. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? Just hope it stays together while I fry it. So, there we go. 2 Burns Road kebabs. I have to call it after my road, since this recipe is now mine. Keep my hands nice and clean. So last part then, the cooking, and we'll try and do that in the pan over here. Right. There we go. So get them in the pan. I'm thinking they probably take about 4 minutes inside. We'll guess. And I'll clean everything up while they cook and put the brioche buns into the toaster. Maybe just so I think that's probably about right for one side. I'm going to turn these over. Yeah, looking great. Absolutely fantastic. Push that down a little. Good. Perfect. Right. Got those brioche out the oven, nicely toasted, and had to kind of rearrange this and what I was doing, but I will go for putting this onto the bun. Well, I've put it onto the wrong half, start on the bottom. And this one will go on here. It's off. Cheeses can go on top. One of the problems with using mature cheese is it doesn't melt properly. And put that on the bun. Just be debating whether to use the blowtorch to finish the cheese off. Right, so we will need some other bits and pieces, like dollop of mayonnaise. Do you want ketchup in yours? Bit of mayo. A lot of mayo for the Dutch people. And go over there. Stick these bits and pieces on now. Tomato. Oh no, actually, pickled onions. Pickled onion. Kind of that. So, there you go. Basically, nice little burger there, made with the famous Burns Row kebab masala thing, and I'll let you know how it tastes. Whoa, lost half the burger. All I can taste is salad. Let's get to the meat. There's some spice in there. Actually works quite well as a burger. If you don't do your buns well done as well, then you'll enjoy.